Are you ready to create a life you crave? Let's spin that doom loop of negativity into an upward success cycle and start living lucky.
Good morning.
I'm Jana.
I'm Jason.
And we are living lucky. I hope you are too. How can we make this morning coffee extraordinary?
How can we make life extraordinary?
Oh, you just took it to the next level. He one-upped me. You heard it. He just one-upped me.
But we have to start with the moments, right?
Yes, we
And
have to
this
start with
is
now.
the moment.
This is going to be the best damn coffee that you've ever had because of the company.
The BDC, the best damn coffee.
Please say hello to us. We want to connect with you, Patrick.
Hey, Patrick, good
Patrick is
morning.
first. I think we should give him an award for the year.
Here's to you,
because
pal.
I'm telling you, when I see Patrick's name, I know it's go time. That's how I feel. I'm like,
He's
Patrick's
like the
here.
green light. It's like red, yellow, Patrick.
Patrick's here. All right, it's time to go.
And
Julien gets the consistency award. Thank you for showing up day after day. Because you know what? I really think we make habits in our life. We make our habits, and then eventually our habits make us.
Boom.
Boom. Right? And if you make a habit of being here every day, doing mental hygiene, positivity, optimism, enthusiasm, energy, fellowship, community, and
Connection,
you
yep.
make that a habit over time,
Well, that's where.
you find your tribe. You find your tribe and you all rise together. That's what happens.
Damn it! There's the goosebumps.
Ah!
And how
My
about
goal is-
BJ? From California. So in California,
Dedication
it is
award.
3:55 in the morning in California.
Oh, welcome. I love all of you so much. And this morning, I don't know if you could tell, I literally started crying during my makeup today. And it was because of this group. I just feel this has been the best thing this has been the best group of friends.
Let it out.
Ah!
Let it out. She's listening to her Jesus songs, and then she's thinking about the morning coffee.
I'm just in a moment of gratitude. And what you guys don't know is that if it wasn't for this group and having coffee and 6:55, I don't know if I would always get out of bed. And furthermore, I don't know if I would always get dressed. I think I would live in my yoga pants and I would waste my life away. I really feel that God said, you know what, do what you love. Do what you love. And what I love is connecting and friends and speaking.
Well, you could.
I love speaking.
I have a feeling that you might stay in bed, stay in yoga pants, and I know that you would be learning all day long, but I don't know that you would be sharing it all day long.
I wouldn't. Here's the thing. Jason left last night. He had an event. So he left at 5.
It was 4. No, because I had a meeting that I had to be on at Zoom from 5 to 6.
Okay, so he left at 4. He left at 4 o'clock. I have a ton of things that I could be doing. But as soon as he left, do you know what I did? I went in and took a NyQuil and went to bed. And I had 2 books that I was reading while I fell asleep. And so I literally slept for 13 hours.
I can picture that.
I slept for 13 hours. I love to sleep. I love to dream. I love to be in bed under my heating blanket. I love to read books. And that's how I would spend my life. So sometimes I need to, it's almost like God said, you know what, do what you love. And I'm like, well, I love going live. And then he brought all of you here. And it just feels like you are my needed dose of life. You are exactly what I need. So thank you. And I feel like that's part of living lucky is that all the right people come into your life, all the right opportunities, and you just trust. It takes the burden off of having to worry about it myself. Oh, who am I going to go contact? Who am I going to go ask to go have coffee with me this morning? It takes the burden off and you just trust, you know what? Do what you love and make decisions, find your desires, line them up with your daily decisions, and then leave the rest to your divine design. And it just falls into place. And that is exactly what has happened with this morning coffee. So thank you.
Yeah, I read a quote this morning during my part of my meditation, and it said, "Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive." And come alive into the world.
For the world.
That is what
come
the
alive
world needs, is
for
more alive
the world.
people. Because so many of us are in the world and we're dead in the world.
You know what? We're just walking around like zombies. And I often talk about that commercial, "It's time to make the donuts," where he just goes to work every day, going through the motions.
Yeah.
And that's so true. We need
into our
to
passion.
wake up.
We're not alive and joyful and going into each day with excitement and energy and enthusiasm. Like when I see you get excited, like getting into state, and the state and story and all that, about getting excited about meeting everyone for coffee. That's the aliveness that we need to start going into.
I'm actually
each
drinking
day.
coffee this morning too.
I'm drinking tea.
I needed a little
yesterday I had
treat.
coffee, and I was up late last night.
What you were saying though about finding what lights you up. Do you know that my whole life people have said, and I almost said, and rightfully so, but people have said my whole life, "You're so inspirational. You're so inspirational." And there was a time during my depression where I went to the grocery store and I went to get toothpaste and bread. Two things, toothpaste and bread. And this was just like a daily routine. And some lady says to me, "You're so inspirational," because I was trying to knock the bread off of the top shelf.
Without asking for help.
They always put the healthy ones on top. So I had gone to get the mop and I was knocking it off the top shelf. And she says, "You're so inspirational." And for some reason, that particular moment, that particular day, it rubbed me the wrong way.
Tweaked your patoot.
Now, here's why. Normally I would say, "Well, thank you. And how can I spread this inspiration? And, let's get everybody inspired." But that one day, it upset me. It fired me up. And I've often asked myself why. Well, one day I was journaling and I was like, why did that upset me so much? The reason is because I was not inspired myself. I did not feel inspired. I did not feel inspirational. I felt dead inside. I felt like going to bed.
Dingy.
I felt dingy.
That's a callback.
That's Jason's favorite word for how he describes life. I felt dingy. And all of a sudden, it realized it's not enough for me to feel uninspired and let other people think that I'm an inspiration, because that feels out of integrity. That feels fraudulent. Doesn't that feel fraudulent?
It's not congruent.
And in that moment, I thought, you know what? I need to step up my game and I need to find what lights me up inside. And it is my responsibility. It is my responsibility, my choice. And it's almost my job in the world. In fact, I had a prayer with God one day and I was like, what do you want my job to be? I don't know what I want to be when I grow up.
Well,
what do you want my job? And my job is to find what sparks my light. That's my job in life.
So often we spend so much time away from our joy and away from in everyone else's joy that we forget what we want and we forget what lights us up, and you have to go looking for it.
And here's the thing is it's not always for me. Yes, it makes me feel better. It makes me feel more alive. It makes me feel happiness and kindness. And it just makes me want to do a cartwheel. But it's really for every person I come in contact with. It's really about going to walk my dog and seeing the neighbors and inspiring them. It's inspiration is contagious. And here's another thing is when I speak, I was recently asked on the Monsters in the Morning, they asked me, are you an inspirational speaker or a motivational speaker? And I've thought a lot about that one too. I aspire to be a transformational speaker. And
Boom.
Here's why. It's not enough for me to get up and inspire an audience for 20 minutes or for 40 minutes. It's not enough for me to have them think, oh, she is such an inspiration. That's not enough. My goal when I speak is to plant seeds of inspiration in your soul. I want people to think differently. I want them to think, you know what? How can I inspire myself? How can I shine my light? Because the brighter we shine our lights, the more people in the darkness can see us.
Damn, girl.
Right? It's like we're all little lighthouses, and we need to shine our light.
And then the whole world lights up.
Yes, you always give that example of one little candle.
Yeah. You take one candle into the room, everyone has a candle that's not lit, and you can light every candle in the room off that one candle, and no one's flame suffers from it.
But don't even think of it that way. Think when the whole world has their candle lit, how bright it would be. And I must say that we all need to see the light sometimes.
Well,
when we're all in that dark place, we need to see a light. But the more people we can light their
this is a great time to even think about that analogy, because look at a house that's decorated with Christmas lights. Think of the house with one Christmas light on it.
Yes. Or Chevy Chases.
Or Christmas Vacation house. There's a difference.
There is a difference. You can see it from towns away.
But if you are in,
you can see it in satellites. I keep knocking you off.
That's okay.
I'm
but
sorry.
if you're in complete darkness, one light is all you need to find your way out of the darkness.
Right.
But then as you can keep adding lights, you can have that beautiful look of the whole house being lit. So there's something about lighting up the whole world.
Yeah.
So the title of today's coffee was the 4 magical questions, because that's to me, inspired us to lead into
Look at this.
Joy.
We're reversing roles. Jason's keeping me on track this morning.
Well, so we have to ask ourselves empowering questions to be empowered, right?
Okay, so let me give you those 4 questions. What can I celebrate today? What can I celebrate? Because if you ask yourself, what can I celebrate? All of a sudden, you just lift your vibration, you tune into a different frequency. And I don't care if people think that sounds woo-woo. It is true. I've experienced over and over. What can I celebrate? It just puts you in a state of gratitude. It activates that reticular activating system where you're like, ooh, I'm going to look for the good in the world. I'm going to look for the good in my day. I'm going to look for the good in me.
That's my amplifier question.
Question number 2. What do I want to experience? What do I want to experience? Am I living in other people's values? Am I going somewhere just because somebody else expects me to? Or is this what I really want to do? Is this what I want to spend my life doing? We're here for a very short time. So why not experience what it is that we want in the world? Jason and I, we want to travel.
And we want to experience extraordinary. So when you set your expectation as to what you want to experience, then you can figure out a way to get there.
The 3rd question, how can I contribute? We said yesterday, Lisa Nichols inspired this in us. Our lives are not about us. It's about how we can give to others. How can we serve? How can we contribute to the world? How can we impact others? How can we
plant seeds?
Inspire? How can we inspire? We're all contagious, and it is up to you in how you want to infect the people around you. Do you want to inspire them, or do you want to bring them down?
Yeah, think about every interaction that you have with someone. Every single interaction is going to affect someone. So you're either going to lift someone up or you're going to bring them down a little bit. There's going to be some type of transfer of energy.
The last question, and this for me in the last 10 years has been the most transformative, and that is, how can I grow?
Because we've had times when we weren't growing.
There has been so many times when things have not worked out the way I want it. And a delay is not a denial. It is just telling me that there's something about me that needs to grow in order for me to hit that next level in life.
You got to grow
There's
to reach it.
something about me that needs to ripen. This banana needs to ripen. There's something I need to learn. There's something about me. So every obstacle you face, every negative situation, every time you hear a no, a rejection, a kickback, a knockdown, a punch, you say, okay, this is not a denial. It's only a delay. And what is it that I need to learn? How can I grow?
Yeah.
Boom! Okay, I love you guys. Thank you, Andu. Eating calories caused me to grow.
Me too.
All right, I love you guys so much. And if I do say so myself, I think today was an extraordinary coffee.
And it will be an
Have a good
extraordinary day.
Look, he just one up me once again. Oh, love you guys. Bye.
If the idea of living lucky appeals to you, visit us at startlivinglucky.com.